morning, Cardinals fans. How we doing this morning? Feeling a little bit better? Yeah? Good. I thought you might be. I'm Sarah Wellman. Thanks for checking out this video. If you don't know, I cover the St. Louis Cardinals for birdsontheblack.com, and I create daily and weekly content right here on YouTube on this channel, Birds Deeds. Now, if you're like, well, why do you do that? Mostly it's because I like it, but also it's because I want to keep fans like you in the loop as well as entertained. So hopefully I can accomplish those two goals in this video today. If I do, I would love for you to give this a thumbs up. And if you want to see more, make sure that you're subscribed because, like I said, daily and weekly content. And I have what I think is a pretty cool video coming out tomorrow. I'll tease a little bit of that later on in the show. But this is about last night, so we should talk about that. I'll give you just a quick second to make sure that you also have your coffee. You good? All right. You guys, big news. Michael Wacha figured out how to get Christian Yelich out. If I had confetti, I would throw it up in the air, but just imaginary confetti. The MVP was held hitless by Wacha, and he only walked him once, and I don't think it was intentional. But Wacha attacked inside, and what do you know? Yelich didn't clobber those pitches. Give this video a thumbs up for that alone. The Cardinals hitters eventually learned their lesson about Milwaukee's Corbin Burnes as well. After looking absolutely lost against his slider just a couple of weeks ago, they successfully mostly held off the slider and feasted on fastballs over the plate. It's weird though, the slider did get some swings and misses, but with 2 strikes, Burnes kept abandoning it in favor of the fastball that has been absolutely dreadful, and the Cardinals took full advantage. I'll get back to Michael Wacha in a moment, don't worry, but first let's stick with the offense for a moment. If you take a quick glance down the box score, you'll notice that every single starting position player picked up at least 1 hit on the day, and it shouldn't be surprising by now that all of that started with Marcell Ozuna jacking one to left field. That makes it 5 home runs in the last 4 games, and he's also driven in 9 in that stretch. I know I've been slow to jump on the Ozuna bandwagon, and I'm still not quite there, but I'm at least considering it now. We'll see what happens next. He wasn't the only one to continue a bit of a streak. Dexter Fowler has now hit safely in 7 consecutive games and has had 2 hit games in 3 of the last 4. And for anyone who follows that up with, but he's not driving in runs, Fowler's a table setter. That's what he's built a career on, and that's what he did yesterday, playing a significant role in run scoring in the 2nd and in the 3rd innings. And I, for one, am very pleased to watch him do just that. His partner in crime yesterday a couple of times was Kolten Wong, and while it's not so much about a streak, Kolten did have a big day. 3 hits on the night, 1 run scored, and 1 run driven in. While it's not the series he had the first go-round at Miller Park, it was important because it's big for Kolten to avoid those long hitless streaks, and a game like last night will help him do just that. Matt Carpenter broke one such streak last night. He was 0 for 12 prior to a monster home run in the 4th inning. That thing was crushed. Yelich has seen his share of middle pitches in the series. It was nice that finally Carpenter got one too. And then there was Matt Wieters. Remember him? The backup catcher who signed with the Cardinals this spring because it was literally the only offer he got? Yeah, him. Well, he got the start yesterday, and all he did was pick up 2 RBI base knocks. Paul Squared, that's Goldschmidt and DeYoung, joined the multi-hit game club on Wednesday too, just for funsies. Now, it's never that easy, but Michael Wacha made it look easy until he had to face Aaron Wilkerson? The pitcher they just called up, who had no major league hits, didn't even use his own bat. Christian Yelich isn't the only Brewer who has Cardinals pitching dialed in. That makes 3 home runs already for Brewers pitchers off of their Cardinals counterparts. Cool. But the larger point is Michael Wacha recovered nicely after his last outing against the Dodgers. He finished the day with 93 pitches through 1 batter in the 7th inning. If you're keeping track, the Cardinals still do not have a starter who has actually registered an out in the 7th inning, surrendering just the 2 runs on 5 hits, striking out 7, and walking only 1. And as I mentioned, he avoided damage by Yelich and otherwise executed much more effectively than the other Cardinals starters have against Milwaukee. The moral here is Wacha must always pitch in the series against the Brewers. Them's the rules. Also, to wrap this up, John Gant looked great, Andrew Miller didn't, but only allowed Yelich to drive in 1 run, and it didn't come off of a homer, so progress? And Jordan Hicks locked it down despite not having great command of the sinker on the day. And that, my friends, is the story of the Cardinals salvaging a win in the series finale in Milwaukee, 6-3. As always, you can find out more at birdsontheblack.com. It's an off day today, but that just means it's time for another series preview as the New York Mets make their way to St. Louis, so look for that video to come shortly. Then on Friday, it's Adam Wainwright on the mound at home, and it's boy band night. I may or may not have a video coming out on that topic here shortly. That's what I was teasing, alluding to, if you will, at the beginning of the show. So make sure that you're subscribed, turn on those notifications so that you don't miss that. I'll see you then.